Morning, everyone. I know I keep saying this every Wednesday, but another week has gone. I don't know where it's gone. It's crazy. It's Wednesday morning. We're having another conversation. This morning, I am absolutely thrilled to be joined by Debbie Barrett from LO Ventures. And we're going to be speaking about multi-level marketing today. So morning, Debbie. Thank you for joining me. And please introduce yourself to the world.
Hi, Brian. Yeah, it's great to join you here as well. So my name's Debbie Barrett, and I have an absolute passion for network marketing, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it. My business itself is called LO Ventures. It operates under the umbrella of Forever Living, but I'm hugely passionate about the whole industry. It's just something which I know makes so much difference in so many people's lives, and so that's why I'm really excited to talk with you today, Brian.
That's wonderful. And I'm very pleased to have you. Now, just before we get into it, let me just start by saying that we're streaming live, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Anyone who joins us, if you have any questions to Debbie as we go along about multi-level marketing, any questions, just put them into the chat. We will try and answer as many of them as we can. If we can't, then we will come back to you after the stream is finished if we need to do some research on some questions you might have. But please do feel free to answer anything you can think of. So, right, let's get into it. Multi-level marketing. It's got a bit of a bad rap, so let's start with that.
Do you know, I somehow thought you might start with that.
Let's just get it out of the way, because I think, again, there's always going to be this for people who don't know an awful lot about it, me being one of them, is there's always going to be this stigma that it smells a little bit of pyramid scheme.
Right, okay. So let me see if I can address some of those concerns. So for starters, I think most of the stigma comes because people don't understand it. They don't understand how it works. The term pyramid, I think, reflects most organizations. If you think about it, if you think about an organization, there's usually a CEO at the top, and then there's a board of directors, and then you have your senior management, your management, etc. So there's always this scheme. My background's in education, and we had a head teacher, senior leadership, etc. So there's always pyramids in every organization. The difference between what people say when they say pyramid scheme is that they think that the person at the top gets all the money, and that the people at the bottom don't. Now, the way that network marketing works is that the company that you are registered as a distributor with, they have set themselves up to cut out all the middlemen. So there's no kind of advertising, premises are very minimal. There's usually a head office, but that's about it. So they cut out all of the middlemen, and they divert a significant proportion of the profits to the business owners like myself, who can earn anything up to, in some companies, 50% of the retail value of the profit. Now, when you go to shop at Tesco or Asda, for example, there is actually some person at the top that is earning a lot of money for being the CEO. But the people that work in the store don't get any of that share of the profit, whereas in network marketing, you do. Now, you start at some entry level, maybe 20%, maybe 30% entry level profit, and you are literally paid to recommend the products, because the products or services, to be fair, for some organizations, the products are not ones that you can buy in a shop. You won't hear about them when you're listening to the radio or watching the television. And the way to buy the products and to get the customer service that goes with the products is to buy through a distributor who has a business, who has a licensed business in whatever company you're in, whatever country you're in. They're all set up the same way.
Okay. So, and I think that explains it. I think it's on just that it's got this bad rep because it's clearly evolved a lot from those. I don't know if you remember it, but I remember when I used to go to business school back many years ago, there was this scheme going around that if everyone paid this one guy a $5, then you get. So it was just, there was a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
On leaps and bounds from that. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. And I think the bad reputation, it does come from lack of understanding, but it can also come from a bad experience. So if somebody has been involved in something where in the past they've had to pay a lot of money to join a company, they've had to buy a garage full of stock, and then they've been lumbered with it, they've not been able to sell it on, etc. Yes. What I would say is that those are, that is a historic view of, network marketing, and actually doesn't represent where network marketing is today. You know, those kind of companies, they're actually illegal. You know, the beauty of a network marketing company or multi-level marketing company is the low investment or even no investment up front. You know, many companies, you can actually start a business for very little. And if you are in the UK, for example, many companies will be regulated by the Direct Sales Association, which actually puts a cap on the amount that you can spend in your first week of £200. So any reputable network marketing company in the UK, you won't be able to spend more than £200 to get started with your collection of products. Now, the reason that you need a box of products to get started with most companies is you cannot possibly recommend something unless you have actually used it yourself. Absolutely. So some people may already know the product, and love the product and be able to talk about it, but they have to start with the same starter pack as somebody else who doesn't know the product. The purpose of the starter pack in any company is use some products, fall in love with some of them. The ones you love, talk about those, and recommend those to people you know, people that they might help.
And that makes perfect sense to me, because as a business owner, I've been business owner for a long time. I love what I do. I love the product that we deliver. I love the service that we do. So because I have that love and passion for it, it's very easy for me to go out and try and sell it to people, because I'm that passionate about it. So that makes perfect sense to me. So it seems like a great way of actually getting your first business, you know, because as we both know, and a lot of people who are going to watch this knows, as business owners, is that starting a business is really, really quite difficult. You don't just wake up one morning and think, you know what, I'm going to start a business and I'm going to be a millionaire by the end of year one.
No, exactly.
Rarely that happens, yeah.
Traditional businesses, you know, do often come with a lot of upfront costs, don't they? And, you know, network marketing businesses can be seen as mini franchises, really. But a franchise business, again, a lot of upfront cost, £5,000, £10,000, £20,000 to start a franchise. You know, we have very little cost up front, if any. There is no overheads, there's no staff to pay, no premises to have, no stock that you need to hold, nothing. There is very little ongoing investment. You know, you do have to be a product of the product if yours is product based, so you do have to you know, use some products, otherwise, you know, you're not talking authentically about them.
Of course.
But you know, it is a brilliant way of getting started in business, especially if you know nothing about business. I was a maths teacher. I knew nothing about business. In fact, I didn't want a business. When I got started, I literally was using more and more products, and I was offered the wholesale account to get my products at a discount. And I thought, well, you don't have to be a maths genius to work out that actually saving 30% on all your products up front for the month is going to make a total sense. So to be honest, I've built a lot of my business on helping people just get the products in their life cheaper. Now, what happens is, obviously, when you're buying the products at wholesale, but you're selling at retail, you're making the profit at the point of sale. And that's like a tap that you can turn on. So, you know, your cash flow in the month can be brilliant. You know, because you can say, do you know what, I'm going to work a bit harder this week, reach out to some more people, generate some more customers, and increase my profits that week when I need it there and then. Sure. Rather than having to wait for a salary at the end of the month. But what I would say is it works brilliantly alongside a job. So if you've already got a job, or you have an existing business that you love, but you love a product or a service that you're really passionate about, and you would value having it in your life at a discount, and you would love to help people get their hands on it themselves, it's a very easy thing to slot in around a very busy life. And when you start to reach out to customers, you know, you're making that profit at the point of sale. That's a little bit extra. So, you know, what I always ask people is, what would you do with that little bit extra? A couple of £100. What would you do with it?
Absolutely. And everyone, I'm sure, could find something to spend a couple £100 on. There's no doubt about that. So what would I do? Let's say that I was in any kind of a job, doesn't matter what kind of job it is. I woke up in the morning thinking, yeah, I could do with something a little bit extra. I fancy starting something up. How do you find that thing? Because there's a plethora of these companies out there now, because it's not utility warehouse and Forever Living anymore. There's quite a lot of these companies.
Oh, there's loads. There's loads.
The one that actually suits you.
Yeah, well, I think firstly, there's an awful lot of people that don't know about network marketing even exists. So unless you know somebody who actually has a network marketing business, you're probably in blissful ignorance about this type of organization, this type of way of working and earning an income. I certainly was. So like I said, 6.5 years ago, I started my business. Prior to getting these products in my life, I literally had never heard of working in this way at all. Okay. Sure. So if you know somebody who has a network marketing business and you think, I'm not sure that's the right one for me, but I'd be interested in finding out more, just have a chat with them, and you can explore more and more products from different companies until you find the thing that sort of sets your heart on fire, that makes you think, I'm really excited about this. For me, our products are aloe vera based, and they when I started to use them, they made such a difference. I used a cream, which meant that I didn't have to go to the doctors and get steroid cream anymore, which was brilliant. I used drink, which really supported my health and well-being, supported my digestive system, my immune. I felt more well for drinking it. That was a no-brainer to me. When I was invited to start thinking about having a business, I actually said no to the business a couple of times, but when I said yes to the discount, I thought, actually, why wouldn't I want people to benefit from this product in their life, which could actually make them feel more well or stop them using harsh medicated creams, etc. So I think you've got to find the right product. Now, it may be that when you get started, you think you found the right product or the right company, but actually you try it for a little while and it doesn't quite work out. You don't feel as excited as you thought you would feel, etc. And I would say that there are plenty of other companies out there. And once you've been in network marketing, you start to see all the opportunities around you. Because I think, it's like when you decide you want a car. You want a certain car, and then you suddenly see them everywhere and you think, oh my goodness, everyone's got that car. But until you decided you wanted it, you didn't notice them. So I think that once you sort of got your eyes open to the idea and the world of network marketing, suddenly you'll realize, my friend's been posting about something. I didn't realize that was actually a network marketing. I'm going to speak to her and find out, or I'm going to speak to him and see what he's doing, because that looks to me like he's recommending something. And I wonder if that might be a better fit for me. So, yeah, I think, never be afraid of, exploring a range of products from different companies to find the right ones. Sure. A lot of companies are set up, though, so that there's no kind of there's no ongoing sort of fee to keep your account open, etc. But there's no exit fee either if you want to leave. So, you can sort of just say, well, okay, tried that one for a few months, tried the products for a bit, didn't work out, I'll try a different one. There's no harm in exploring different companies and different products till you find what really is exciting for you.
You need to be a super fan of the product, in order to.
Oh, yeah.
Makes perfect
you need
sense.
To be yeah, that's your number one task, is just to fall in love with something. So, like when you've seen a film that you really love, you want to talk about it to people and say, go and see the movie. When you've eaten at a restaurant you love, you want to say to people, go to that restaurant. It is exactly the same in network marketing. So if you're not a raving fan, don't try and see the product.
Absolutely. So I've next thing I sort of want to sort of touch about a little bit is I've met a lot of people like you have, I'm sure, that's gone into this type of business with some very, very big expectations. So they've come in, they've felt that they've become this super fan of whatever product it is that they've fallen in love with, and 6 months, a year down the line, they haven't really done anything with it, because there's this perception that because you're buying into Forever Living or Utility Warehouses, that you are buying a ready-made business that's just going to work for you from the onset.
It's so difficult. Unfortunately, one of the things that goes wrong in network marketing is that people can be too excited and oversell things. They can oversell their product in terms of it's going to cure something, like some ailment, some illness, or they've oversold the business. Now, what I would say is network marketing is not a get-rich-quick scheme. There are some people who do make a lot of money very quickly, but I would say most people, it's a slower burn for. And that's why it works perfectly alongside a job. So take the couple of £100 extra that you're making in network marketing and enjoy it, or invest it. don't use it. Pay off the debts, pay off the mortgage, invest it in stocks and shares, ISAs. Do something with it that means you're not actually, relying on it. But if you help more people over time to build a business by earning their £200 or £300, what happens is you start to unlock another income stream, a team leading income stream. And the beauty of this is, so you can imagine, I was building a team 6 years ago. They don't need my help anymore. Obviously, I'm there if they need anything, but orders just pop through on their accounts. And because we're at different stages on the marketing plan, I will get paid the difference between what their discount level is and what my discount level is. And that's where you unlock another income stream. And over time, that income stream becomes passive. So a large chunk of my income stream is passive. Those people don't need my help to place orders or look after customers or whatever they're doing with their accounts. They just crack on every single month and do what they're doing. The way my income grows is because every month I'm adding new people into my organization. So I'm helping more people all the time.
Sure.
So I think my income has grown to the stage where, I said goodbye to teaching 4 years ago, which was brilliant because for me, it was not the right career to be in. Although I loved the teaching, I didn't love the planning and the marking in the evenings, the weekends, the longer hours, the stress that goes with it. So I needed to say goodbye to teaching. I kept my foot in the door with other teaching things because the best way to build a business in network marketing is to not rely on it as a sole income until you are really, really successful. So that's a top tip that I would say is keep hold of your job or some part of your job for as long as you can when you're in network marketing, but keep introducing people because people don't know about your products, your services, or that they could even do this. Some people recognize that you're selling something, but they have no idea that anyone could have done what you're doing and that they just that you just needed to reach out to them. They just don't know. They just don't know to ask you. So, be open about what you do and be proud of what you do because it makes a real difference in people's lives. Like I would not have been able to have the life that I've had where I'm taking the kids to school, I'm doing the after school clubs with them. I've got so little stress in my life because I don't have reports and marking all the time to do. I would not have had that life if it hadn't been for my business.
Absolutely. There's no arguments about that. If you are self-employed and manage to get to that level of self-employment, there is no other better job. There really isn't because, you obviously you can plan your life whatever way you want to. So, okay. So let's say that, as the way I see it, so there's two type of people having these kind of businesses. So the ones who just want to substitute the income a little bit, maybe saving up for Christmas and birthday and the family holidays. And then there's the people who really want to make significant changes to their lives and become that self-employed thing that you and I know and live. Mm-hmm. So what do you think is the realistic time frame for someone who wants to get rid of their full-time job and become self-employed inside this world of multi-level marketing? What's a realistic time frame for that to be achievable?
Okay, so I'm going to quote something it's a bit like flying. When someone becomes a pilot, okay, you don't want to know how many years they've had their pilot license for. What you want to know is how many hours they've been flying for. Sure. Yeah. And it's like that in network marketing. Okay. So you can have a business for 10 years and do not a lot with it. And yet someone else can have a business for a year and have worked their business every single day, reached out to new people every single day to introduce them to your product, to introduce them to your business opportunity. And someone who does that consistently a little bit every day or often is going to build a business. It's the compound effect. It's that compounding penny. Do you want £1 million today or do you want one penny that doubles every day? And yes. I'm sure you know the answer to this, but by the end of a month, you want the penny because the penny's worth 3 million, not a penny. So it's that kind of thing. If you do a little bit and often in your network marketing business, I would say that 12 months is sort of the earliest you'd probably be able to think about, actually my business is probably in a different place now. I think it's easy to overestimate where you let me get this the right way around. It's easy to overestimate where you think you should be and underestimate what you can do a little bit and often, and how that builds up. You can be in a huge, totally different place at the end of the year, but you might think within a month, oh, well, this isn't, I've only earned £200. But if you keep scaling that and just add another £100 of sales on every single month, by the end of the year, you're earning a significantly different income to what you did that first month.
100%, 100%. I think the way to look at this is to look at it like you're starting your own business. A conventional own business is, I don't know this because I have never started a business in your industry, but I would imagine that if I wanted to sit down and open a business in this, then I would write a business plan, try and follow a business plan, and do that in the conventional way that I do with my business and the way we've done this. So I wouldn't
definitely.
Differently.
You learn so much because, like I said, I did not have a head for business. I was a maths teacher. The brilliant thing about network marketing is there's coaches. So your sponsor, your upline, whatever the terminology is in the company that you're taking a look at, that person who introduces you to the business and you register with them, they will be your coach and your mentor, and you will literally be looking at what they do and doing pretty much the same. You might have your own spin on it, your own take on it, which is fine because we're all independent. We can do what we like, but you'll be copying what your upline does. And the brilliant thing is that if that upline decides not to continue with the business for whatever reason, there's another person above them and another person above them, so there's always support. There's also network marketing coaches, so sometimes you need support from outside of your organization, just fresh eyes, different perspective. And there's network marketing coaches out there. I myself have done some of that as well because I love the industry and I want to help people succeed, whatever product they're passionate about, whichever company they're in. It is a fantastic industry, and I just want to help people do it right so that people start to understand how valuable this sort of business is, alongside their day job, alongside their existing business.
And I think that's the key, isn't it? It's the education piece that's important, because I do feel that there is a massive lack of understanding of what it actually is, which is the missing piece, I think, in a lot of ways. Because you turn up to a lot of these networking events and you hear all these different ones, and you don't really know. So I'm just conscious that time is moving on, and we've been almost 25 minutes already. So tell me about this coaching thing that you do. I know you do the Allo stuff, so tell us more about the Allo stuff and tell us about the coaching bits, and let's please tell people where they can connect with you.
Yeah. Okay. So, I say from the aloe vera perspective, I'm still very much my foot is very much in the Forever Living door. I adore the products. They're all aloe vera based. Aloe loves your skin loves aloe vera, because it's the right pH for your skin. So everyone that's had disrupted sore hands from washing and things like that, our products are bound to be able to help you with that. We've also got a range of health and wellbeing products with regard to the drink, which the little yellow bottle, which people probably aware of or have seen floating around, and nutritional supplements as well to support immune health, which, as you can imagine, like this last 2 years has been just incredible to support people like that. I'm always helping people to get started with their business as well within Forever Living. I help my customers access their wholesale accounts, or help people who are looking to also retail the products or build a bigger business. But alongside all of this, when I'm networking, I'm always talking to people and giving little tidbits of information to people that are in other companies. And I just thought, my goodness, I've got such a wealth of knowledge with the experience I've built up over 6 years that actually I need to be sharing this more formally. So actually, I also coach people. It doesn't matter what your organization, how long you've been in the industry or not. I do 12-week coaching programs is my standard. Some people opt for a bit less with 6 weeks, and some people like to continue with like a monthly or fortnightly touch point with me. But it just helps people with that extra accountability, some new ideas, fresh perspective, and help inject that little bit of enthusiasm that sometimes people need, because maybe they feel like they've been around the loop a while and they just need to get a bit of a kickstart in their business.
So that's wonderful. I can't recommend Debbie enough. If you have a budding entrepreneur in you, but you're not really that brave and wanting to start straight from scratch, get in contact with Debbie, because I'm sure you can help them find, if they don't already know what product they're going to love, I'm sure you can be very helpful in perhaps pushing them in the right direction. So Facebook, LinkedIn, they can connect with you anywhere.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, some various permutation of Debbie Barrett and Aloe Ventures will find me. But also on my website, which you can see on the screen, I've got a contact me form there, which you can contact me with a query, not about aloe vera or forever living. If it's just about network marketing in general or coaching, just feel free to pop a message over.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Debbie, for joining me today. I very much appreciate it. I know you're very busy, so taking half an hour of your day is very much appreciated. I know that people enjoy this. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We're going to be live again next Wednesday, where I'm going to be joined by Sheena Wyatt, and we're going to talk about something a little bit difficult. We're going to talk about the C word, cancer, how that might affect you if you're a business owner. Sheena has had that in her life for quite a while, so she's kind enough to try and share some of the troubles and perhaps help she can offer for people who perhaps suffer the same. So it should be really, really interesting conversation. So please come and join us again when we go live again next Wednesday. In the meantime, have a great week. Let's hope we get some sunshine this time of year. Until then, speak to you all and take care.